Sorry about that. I guess Ustream had a burp, so this will be a two-parter for those of you who are watching the recording. So I have a lot of shiny things, grant you. So let me see if I can grab a probably 7 Gypsies paper stack. Let me grab that from the other room. I'll be right back. You don't realize just how much feminine paper you have until you try to find something a little more masculine. Okay, I grabbed a bunch of papers, but we'll see which ones I end up using. I have this My Mind's Eye, which is really cool, gender neutral craft. This Authentique, which has some kind of masculine patterns. The 7 Gypsies Camden, and this Authentique, which is, this one Celebrate, and this one is Gathering. So Gathering is orange base, and Celebrate has a teal. All right, let's start looking at the 7 Gypsies to see. And the reason I keep these in sleeves is when I have leftover pieces, I could tuck them into these little bags without losing much. Oh, these are kind of cool. They're collage. Tickets. Travel labels. Yeah, advertising. I'm not sure whether I'm loving this for that. It's okay. It's nice to have options. Let's look at the next one. This is the Authentique Gathering. I kind of like that. That could be industrial. I could totally make that industrial. Oh, I love the poppies page. Definitely not a... That's very girly. I'm pretty particular about paper. If it doesn't strike me as... Yeah, I think I kind of like this. And I don't know if many of you have used Authentique paper. It's a really nice heavyweight paper. It is double-sided. That's the other reason why I put them in sleeves, because once you rip it open, it could kind of fall apart. So I'm thinking because of the pattern paper that I just chose, yeah, I don't think there's 5 minutes choosing paper is not a big deal. So I'm thinking because of the paper that I chose, and I might go in this direction. I'm just auditioning bits and pieces. This has somewhat of a patina feel to it, so I might use, let's see, what ink would go well with this? One of the Distress inks I think is close to this. Is it Evergreen Blog? Well, I have black soot on my desk already. I was thinking there was kind of so maybe it's ice spruce. And again, I'm trying not to knock stuff over. Okay, not peeled paint. That's more mossy. Bundled sage. Maybe it was one of the newer ones that I haven't labeled yet. Maybe that's why it's not jumping out at me. Okay, let's take a look. Peacock feathers is too blue. I'm thinking ice spruce. Although, let me try it on the paper because sometimes it looks one way. Oh, that's very green. Let's try evergreen blonde. Oh, yeah, nope. I can eliminate that one immediately. I think that's what I need to do is I need to create a little cheat sheet with all of these distress inks, not just on white, but also on craft paper because I use it so often. And there is such a difference. Maybe I should just go with a brown because none of these are hitting the spot. Sorry. Mail must be here. I have gathered twigs on my desk. Let me see how that one looks. I think that's what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to just punch out little tags and put them on a ring so I know what the colors look like on craft because I do use it so often and it's yeah, that might work. Flip that over. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. And luckily I already have it out. I didn't have to do all that mucking about. Alright, so I have the colors, I have the pattern paper. I don't have I don't own the Rub and Buff in patina, which would have been a cool thing to add to this, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down a 1/4 inch smaller. So I need 3 3/4 by 5.5. Grab my trimmer. And I know this, I still don't have a new blade. 5. Oh, I don't like this one because it doesn't go out far enough. Five and a quarter. By 3 3/4. See how it's eating my side of my paper. I was either going to stream today or run out and get my get a replacement blade, but you could see what I chose. So I'm just gonna run my nail, my board, emery board block against the edges so they're not quite so ratatouille looking. Isn't that funny? Some people try to achieve that effect, and I'm trying to fix it. Okay, so I have my little scraps because I'm going to add other strips, but I am going to use my gathered twigs. And for those of you who are watching this for the first time, my desk surface is metal and I don't put any protective layers down because I could just wipe things away. So I'm just doing it right on my desktop. I have a little white wipe to do that. Nope. Okay. Like that color. I just noticed this isn't even. Grab another one. I don't like that when it's not even. It'll drive me bonkers. Okay. My ATG squeaks, for those of you who are sensitive to the sound, close your ears. Hi, Chang. Okay, so now it's a matter of how I want to layer these embossed pieces. I can cut them in strips. I could stamp this and then layer this on the bottom like road tracks. And the king. I think I definitely want to trim this down, but I think I'm going to hand cut it rather than try to massacre my blade that's not sharp. King of the road, that's right. It's actually a standing joke with my dad. He is prone to silly car accidents, like in the parking lot of a grocery store. So I thought he might appreciate that joke. Not even here. Yeah, my mom would probably appreciate it more than my dad, but he'll have to He has a good sense of humor. He'll be fine. Alright, so let me stamp this on some craft paper. And I think I'm going to stay with a brown theme rather than use black. Who's reading 50 Shades of Grey? Or as Neil Patrick Harris said, 50 Shades of Gay for the Tonys the other day, which I laughed out loud. I read all 3 books and sent them to my sister's Kindle so she could read them. So now when she tells the kids it's quiet mommy time, we know what she's reading. Alright, I'm going to grab my Memento Rich Cocoa. Just checking to make sure that I have ample coverage. 50. You've never heard of 50 Shades of Grey? It's like the how did I explain this to my sister before she read it? It's the equivalent of, it's like a contemporary Harlequin. Not exactly Pulitzer Prize writing, but entertaining nonetheless. The main characters are young, I think in their early 20s, or an older. What got me in the book is that at one point, I don't remember which book it was in because I read all 3. It's a trilogy, or really more like a triptych. There's a reference to a parent being old, and the parent is 41, which is younger than I am, which made me kind of cringe. So I thought, really? 41 is old? Yeah. It was entertaining, though. I mean, well, I guess it's all relative if the main characters are 20 or 21 and 26, 27, so yeah. 41 would seem old, except when you're over 41. Alright. I think I was initially going to cut out the truck, but I think I'm going to leave it like this. And just trim the sides down so it fits on the pattern paper. And then I will edge it with gathered twig. I suppose when I was 20 I thought, I don't know if I thought 41 was old, but it's alright. Okay, so let me just edge that a little bit to give it definition, because otherwise it'll appear flat against the rest of the stuff that has dimension. And I think that's probably enough on the inker to just do this. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I think I have tiny little brown letters somewhere, which would be ideal to spell out the king of the road. Or just of the road, because I have the king element already. So if I do that here, my little king. Do I even need any of that? I don't think I even need that bling. I wish I had some, I want to knock this down just a little bit. It's a little too shiny. Too shiny. Although this will just wipe off, won't it? Okay. I'm definitely going to put this down flat, but I think I might, maybe I'll put these down flat and then erase the image. And I think I might be able to fit of the road here, right above the cab. So king of the road. Alright, let me put some dimensional tape on here. How are we doing on time? Hi, Sherry. Let me grab my tape. I think I want to trim this down just a little on the inside of the last emboss line because I missed the top. So then having a little more consistency by cutting them all down. Like that. While I'm doing this, maybe I'll ask a preference question. I've been posting more videos that are start to finish of projects lately. Would you prefer to see them sped up or in real time? And I'm sure there might be a divide. Some people won't like real time and others. I've always been curious how people put things together, and sometimes what I do is I just grab a drink or I'm working on a project when I'm watching a real time start to finish. So what's your preference? Real time? The only difference between speeding it up, that means that if whenever I comment on something in the video, like when I'm talking and giving a tip or something, I'd have to add it as a pop-up on the screen because it's lost when you speed things up. Just gonna grab a pair of tweezers because I think my nail polish is gonna prevent it from grabbing this little, maybe not, little remnant. Hi, Beth. Oh, this one just does not want to cleanly rip off. And I'm almost out of this 1/8 inch dimensional tape. I'll have to add it to my list of supplies that I need to pick up. Alright, I want to put it equidistant between the top, the bottom, and the sides. Okay. So now I just have to remember where I put my little brown letters that I think would fit perfectly here of the road, because otherwise I'll have to write that in, which I can. I mean, it's not a problem. Let's see, do I need any of this bling bling? Just gonna trim off a little piece. And it's extruded plastic that's held together with thread. I'll show you the underside. It would help if you guys can see it though, right? There you go. So you see in between it's just thread, and that's the extruded plastic. Then it gives it this like nail head fronts. Let's see. Oh, I could use them as headlights here if I just cut them out individually. So I can use 4 here. Let's see. All the little shiny circles. I'll just use them. So I need 4 of these. And I have hot glue on the standby, so I could just attach them with that. Well, I like that. I like the effect that gives. See? Nope. Once again, let me focus. Okay, let me grab my glue gun. I'm just going to touch the card to the glue because I don't want too much glue. I literally just kissed the nozzle of the hot glue to the card. Get the snot off of it. Okay. So this way it ties all the metallic elements from here. So I just need to find where my little itty bitty letters are. I think they're recollection letters. And then I could spell out of the road. Although I might have to explain it too. Let's see, do I want any of these anywhere else? Little corner piece here. So I'm just adding little dabs of glue here on the crown to give it dimension. And I'm adding, yeah, if the glue comes out, and I'm adding one little circle on each one. And I had 5 left over. I don't know why my glue's not cooperating and extruding. Get the little flyaways off of it. So now there's a little one on each one of those. So I think that might be it. Because I can't put my fingers on where those little tiny letters are at the moment. What I'll do is once I find them, I'll add them on there, and my blog post, which I'll include a link in the description. I'll take some pictures of the finished card with the of the road spelled out. Hopefully he'll take it as a joke that it's supposed to be, and he won't get offended because of all his fender benders. So, quick little masculine card, even has bling, so there you go. Love the shiny elements. If I had alcohol ink in a brown, I would definitely knock down just a little bit of the shine, but I don't mind because I think this whole shiny element of having a little headlight thing going on works. So it's grungy and has some pattern on it and really easy. So there's Male Bling. Oh, I'd love to make a ring out of that. That would be cool. And it's flexible. So there you go. Stamper's Best, Rich Cocoa, Distress Ink, and Gathered Twigs for the edges, a couple of embossing folders, and this Male Bling. And as soon as I find this sentiment, I'll add that as well. And then I have some leftovers. I think what I'm going to do is add a little panel of this pattern paper on the inside. So it kind of continues it. Plus it gives the paper heft, the card heft, because when you make the fronts that are heavier, then the back of the card always feels really lightweight. So it's a nice thing to just add a little element of something on the inside. So there you go. Thank you for those of you who are able to join me live today. I appreciate the company and the feedback. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to stream live this afternoon. I have a couple of things I need to take care of, but stay tuned. I'm going to try and schedule a regular show so then those of you who aren't able to attend live can watch your recordings. And I have been adding the recordings of my Ustreams to YouTube because you have a finite amount of space of saved videos you can leave on Ustream. Excuse me. So it's just easier to upload them to YouTube so you don't lose them. So unless someone has any questions, are there any questions about any of these little elements? Now, I have leftovers now. I probably can make another card. Alright, if there's no questions, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it, and I'm not sure, is anyone else streaming at the moment so I could direct everybody there? No? Thanks for watching.